Hey everybody, it's Robert Dunt from ArtTop10.com here at the exhibition Reflection at the Cello Factory, created by Alexander Hinks, and I'm very pleased to be talking to Andrea V. Wright.
That's right. Hi, Robert.
Hi, very nice to meet you. So tell me about this gorgeous thing. What inspired you to make it?
So the theme of the show, as you said, is reflection, and these pieces are made from, well, supported by the steel substrate here, but they're basically latex sheeting, and they are playing on the idea of light and how light meets fabric, of drapery, of draping the body, and really riffs off themes around that.
Oh, it's really cool. So how did you come up with the latex idea? It's kind of, I really like it. It's got a lovely, you think it might be cloth, but you get closer and then it's got a more of a plasticky, liquidy kind of feel to it.
Well, I use latex in a lot of my work, Robert. I have used it in its pure form with liquid latex, where I take imprints of buildings and then use it to drape in my work. I think it stems from my work for a fashion designer in the late 90s, and he used a lot of rubber in his clothing, but it was very sophisticated clothing. His name was Owen Gaster, and I was assistant stylist for him and used to design shoulder pads and other accessories for him.
Okay.
So I always had that, was always really fascinated by its weight and its ability to drape, and its kind of almost skin-like quality.
Intriguing. So to a degree, the way you've draped it comes out of your experience of handling material.
Yes, when I left Chelsea College of Art and Design, I accidentally got into working as a fashion stylist and worked for magazines like The Face, Italian Vogue. We worked with Bjork and other music artists. And I suppose a lot of that time, came around hanging clothes, collecting of clothes, folding them. And so that sense of that activity, that gesture of using fabric, really comes naturally to me. And there's a sense of the figurative in these works, and the sense of clothing the body, hiding the body, revealing, all those themes are lying underneath this.
Oh, it's interesting. Yeah, because when I see it, it brings to mind for me like sort of Greek Roman statues and the drapery on them, or Cézanne, who would use plaster to sort of hold those folds together so he could paint the same thing for ages. It's got all that sort of historical context for me.
Yes, that's correct. And then also I was thinking with these works about, with the light and using the LED light, is that revealing of how, light, sunshine might hit your curtains in your bedroom and illuminate the fabric, and also thinking of, walking through London on a dark night and seeing, looking through people's windows and seeing the light through the curtains, and so that sense of warmth, that sense of I don't know, there's a sense of comfort in it, I guess.
It's really it's interesting you say the sense of comfort, because I also get this kind of slightly mournful, elegiac sort of sense of like a sort of funeral shroud as well comes to mind.
Yes, well, the shroud is very indicative of that sense of, that purity of a draped form, hinting at, a covered body, or, there's lots of meanings that one can read into the work. And again, with some of my latex imprint work, picking up on history, embedding a certain amount of history in that work when you're removing latex and getting an imprint. Obviously, with these works, there's a multi-layered density in the folds, where some will be, single skin will be really illuminated by that LED, but then as you have a fold, there's those multi-shades as you go back, which has a very sculptural and a very fluid. And as I said, latex is in Latin the name for liquid.
Yeah. It's interesting. You also get different colours, don't you? With the thing, you've got like an orange here, or a sienna yellow here, much lighter. You actually get quite a lot of colours within the folds and the LED light.
Go on.
Oh, I was going to say, so the yellow structures, are they weird sort of versions of humans?
And they're actually cut up sculpture
Oh, really?
I made,
Nice.
and so this, you know, over the years I've done lots of life drawing. It kind of underpins a lot of my practice in the sense of gestures and the way the body that will hold a stance, so that sort of angular element of the figure. But yeah, for me, they're substrates for the actual work itself, which is composed of the rubber and the latex here.
Yeah. That's really interesting. I really enjoy looking at it. It's lovely to talk about it and hear all the different ways we
Thank
can interpret it, which is nice. It sets up all those possibilities, which I think is really cool.
Brilliant. Thank you so much,
Lovely.
Robert.
Thanks,
Take care.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Bumbuckler.